Good evening, everyone. Welcome to RadioSilentPlay.com. I am your moderator for today on Sunday, November 22nd, 2015. Let me start off by saying I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your due diligence before trading any stock or option. Trading stocks and options require lots of risk. So I'm going to go over a couple of option setups that we have thus far. I'm going to start off with ticker symbol GE. Okay, this is the weekly chart. Okay, and what I've noticed on the weekly chart is that we're approaching pretty much fake out breakout levels. Okay, this is something that I term I put the acronym FOBO because what we're noticing is we're noticing a potential uptrend channel, but every time it hits this level, okay, you head into resistance, you kiss it, and then you just come back down. So what I want traders to kind of look at, trading the General Electric, we took on contracts for January puts strike 29. But we got a position here at 29.80 to 30, okay, and that triggered for us. Now what we're noticing is that it's kind of hovering and kind of consolidating above these levels. But I placed my stop close above 32 on 2 consecutive closes because then it's a clear break, and then you may see higher. But what I notice here, okay, is every time you kind of kiss this trend line, okay, it kisses it and then it just comes back down. So we do have to take into consideration next week we have holidays. So we have lower volume. Whenever you have a lower volume, you have upside bias, but at the same time, you have to take into consideration that, okay, the market likely will close higher. But with that said, okay, this stock could see a little bit of a pullback before a run higher. Okay, is it in a considerable uptrend? Yes, but I do think that we're at a level where traders and investors want this to kind of pull back. Now, why do I say that? There's something that I use, which is the ultimate oscillator. And the reason I use this is because every time it hits these top levels, you actually see a pullback. Okay, if you can correlate this, okay, you see this time, this ultimate oscillator hit this top range. And if you notice here, you hit that top range and then you had a nice pullback. If you notice here, then we had a pullback. Then we started kind of moving up higher. We neared that top range and then you had that top here and then you pulled back. Okay, same thing here. Here in November, same thing, November. Okay, you had that high and then you just pulled back and then you came back and then you bounced. If you notice here, okay, this was when you had your big drop. Okay, this is you had a high here and now you're dropping. And now what I've noticed, okay, we've kind of broken that level and now you're seeing a little bit of around the top. So this is what I want traders to kind of consider. I did tell traders to buy the January puts. The reason I tell you that is because you can actually scale into the trade a lot better. You can take your time, you can wait for those highs, and you can add slowly. Okay, I want traders to make sure when I do send out a setup, make sure you go 2 to 3 months out. This is the setups that I give you. They're a lot safer. They're a lot better to kind of trade them like that. Okay, now I'm going to go over the silver trade. Right now, if you notice, the silver trade, we're looking for a potential bottom here. Okay, we're hovering above this trend or bottom trend line here. We may kiss it. Okay, we may kiss levels, but at the same time, I want to start looking at a position here for a pop or a nice rally. If you notice here, every time you hit this trend line, you kind of bounce. I think that we're going to hit that trend line again. Okay, so keep an eye on the SLV. Be patient. Again, look at those January calls. Okay, if you want to go January, if you want to look at February, March, okay, that's where you want to start looking at these metals. I do feel that the UUP or the dollar will have significant pullback. It is a stronger dollar, but at the same time, I would not be surprised for the dollar to kind of pull back. And when they pull back, the metals will bounce. Okay, right now, if you notice, right now we're consolidating here, and we're about to form a little bit of a pincher here on gold. Okay, so I want traders to kind of keep an eye on that. As far as the SPY, okay, the SPY did bounce off that 202 level, bounce, and now what we're noticing is this, it may kind of kiss this 211, 212 level. When it does get there, watch that level to kind of fake out breakout. I still feel that this gap fill has to fill up. Okay, and that's that 195, 197 level. Okay, so I want traders to just keep an eye on that. Okay. If you want to know the levels, if you want to know what kind of options, how to play options, what stocks we're looking at for next week, just join RadioSilentPlay.com. Take care, everyone.